Hello everyone. A little demo to show you a little bit of the new tool mobile fencing or Heras barrier. Which is available on our website, so I'm going to select the tool directly and I'm going to double click on the drawing to place my first barrier, so here it is. So once you have placed this barrier here, we have in the info palette object several information available here for the part 1. So there, for the first part of our barrier we will be able to choose two kinds of symbols. Either a 2-meter barrier or a barrier of 3.50 meters. If I take that of 3.50 meters, we can see that it has been updated here. You will be able to recover the length and the necessary length to trace here. For example, I will take 6 meters, so I have my 6 meters of barriers, which are placed on the drawing. Then we have a rotation here, which allows us simply to make a rotation on our first part of the barrier. We will leave it at 0 for the moment. I have an option here which allows me to add or not a base here at the beginning, so here I can activate the base or deactivate it. I can also put a rotation here. We have the same thing for the end. Then here it is not there. We can activate it and we see that the base is appeared with the same rotation available. If necessary, we also have the possibility of having a coupler at the beginning. Here it appears we can activate it, so deactivate it like this in the same way as the base. We have the rotation which is available, and we have the same thing at the end. With the end coupler and its rotation. Then we have an option to add a wheel at the end if you decide to make an access here. You can very well add a roll. We have another option which is the support brace. Then we can put several. We have several options for that, so here it will activate the option to have our support braces on our barriers. We can choose to add a leg at the beginning or not. Then we see that it disappeared. We can put it at the beginning. The same for the end. We also have here the alternation, which allows us to have one brace out of 2, and in this case we will have to remove the end support brace to have our alternation, and we have 2 last options here, which are privacy screens and which allow us to have an privacy screen so inside our object via the first option, and an privacy screen on the outside of our object also, if needed. And then you can create different parts, that is to say continue your barriers to the need. So I will remove everything that is support braces here. We will come back to our classic barriers. I will therefore be able to add a second part to continue my drawing with. Always the 2-meter panels. We will put 5, so 10 meters going base at the beginning. It's good. I will put a 90-degree rotation. We can see that the barriers follow well here. I will continue on. Another part here. We are going to put 10 meters, the same with a rotation of -90, and so you can Continue like that to draw your barriers little by little using the different parts available. So here then we have an option master which allows us to add if we need. Support braces, so here we will have them everywhere. We can also have the alternation of support braces, so one brace out of two. And we can also have the global privacy screen inside and outside of our barriers then in. The options we have here to display the parts, so if I go by 2D here we can see that. Indeed I have the display of my different parts which allows me to be able to work on it very easily by returning here in the different parts, so here we can display it or not, and then we have the creation of the label which allows us to know the number of parts used for our Heras, the number of Heras used, the number of bases, the number of couplers, and the number of support braces if we have activated them or not. Then we have a small option here, recap material, so it's about what we have here in the label put in the info palette, simply not much to say about it. And then we have the last option which allows us to make a reset on the different rotations that we have put on our parts. So basically if I click on it, and well, my fences will be completely right. So here for the drawing part there is also in the resource management at the moment where you will launch the tool for the first time on your drawing, it will import different files, so an Heras file on which there are symbols, simply some textures and records, and here a worksheet that gives us the count of our barriers directly in a table. And well, here it is. It's about everything for this demo. It's available on our website. Do not hesitate if you have questions to contact us. Thank you very much. See you soon.